I'm gonna start with good news. Last time for the midterm I started with bad news. It's good that IT gonna be looks our first customer for the product we developed during the Capstone. We're gonna not go too much to details of the product, but we have small question for you. What's your job search time? Which one? Okay, can we do better? Which one is better? Or one. Yeah, it means one candidate should apply to one job, one recruiter should talk to one candidate. So that was our main product motivation. So product today, so all these buzzwords are we're gonna demo. So please, that's a smart thesis we managed to develop. So candidate tracking, aggregation, tooling, activity summary, analytics, resume parsing. We didn't find any open source project reusable, so we need to develop from scratch. It took more time. It was a bit struggling, but we did it. That's really, yeah, we should be proud of us. And it's also open source in case later you need link in resume parsing. So for prediction part, we also developed. We played with random data. We weren't able to, with the timing we have to integrate it to the product. We didn't get time for suggestion part. That's where we have. So please go to that link. Take your LinkedIn resume, log in as a Capstone user, and upload it. Can you guys do it? We're gonna show the skill set of the class. I'm gonna show once, please. Please scan either this one or just go to that link and log in. Just go to your LinkedIn profile, take your resume, save as PDF, and then go to that link using username and password, log in, and upload your resume. If your resume in English, we will support it. Only English, one resume. So, can you guys do it? Who is doing? Can you raise your hand? How many? Can you please do it too? Please. Please. We're going to show the skill set of the class. We have interesting metrics. It should be interesting for all. As many of you can do it, it would be nice. So. So, is that one clear? How to take it? So probably you'll spend a bit time on this because I think it should be interesting for you guys to see some of the interesting data about where you are standing in the class in general. It's not individual data, specific metrics, but we will see in the class level. So anybody have difficulty, not clear?
We need to sign up for this.
Huh? Yo, you need username and password. So you're gonna just come to here.
Login.
So you're gonna come to Jobhax. You're gonna log in. Capstone.
Yeah, I'm able to do it.
You made it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see who managed to upload. Who is the first one? So that's you see. Once you upload, you just do what you do. You come okay. You come create test. Your name, your surname, first, position, developer. You come here, you come to resume, you come to upload, you take one of the resume, you upload it, sorry. Yeah, we have to still. So something like that. And please, it's simple couple steps, but please do it. Yeah, let's see who managed. Nobody? Come on guys, you're software engineers.
It says upload failed.
Huh?
Upload failed.
Your resume in English?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
So.
Can I see your resume?
Yeah.
No, not LinkedIn one. The one from LinkedIn.
Oh, I'm doing it from my.
No, not any. Only resumes from LinkedIn.
Oh, it says upload option.
So just we don't support all the resumes. Just LinkedIn resumes. Okay. Come on, guys.
How do you do then?
Huh?
How do you do LinkedIn?
LinkedIn, it's the steps are here. Please go to your LinkedIn profile more, save to PDF. I know
I don't want
it's a good training for you guys. Huh? You don't?
I don't know my LinkedIn password. So.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Nobody even one question? Come on, guys.
Well, mine is blank.
Yeah, did you log in as Capstone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a Capstone? No, you logged it to the wrong one. It's not Jobhax. It's Jobhax.
I love posting thoughts.
Okay.
You can just send me. Huh?
I was able to do it.
You was able. Okay, we have at least one good
You have one good tester.
user. Yeah. Let's see. Rakesh, where are you? Oh, yeah. Rakesh was able. Okay, nice. At least. Come on, guys. We need more.
But you have my name over there. I just said apply. So
Oh,
see
wait.
first name in that list. That's my
Okay,
name.
you manage?
But I don't have a document upload, so
I can take your LinkedIn resume. That's fine.
no, forget about it.
No, what? Okay,
You don't find it with my name, so forget about it.
I will try. Clorox?
No.
Okay, let's assume this one. What we're gonna do, we're gonna come, save as PDF.
That's why it's
You come
So it
here,
only takes from LinkedIn, not from local desktops.
you can do it. Okay.
it's just a file though.
If it's not English, we will not be able, but yeah, it's.
You can take PDF, right?
Yeah,
Resume in PDF from local file. Yeah.
yeah, any PDF.
PDF.
I can come to any. Uh, just come to here, save to PDF. Come here. That's first. Okay, something like that. I think the steps are clear. Because for the sake of time, I will expect by the end of presentation you guys upload at least some users that we can show you. So, any questions? Everybody's busy. Yes.
So when we are adding a candidate,
Uh-huh.
we are just typing in our position, but since there is no check that you have to choose from the drop down, let's say I'm just typing software development engineer
Uh-huh.
without choosing anything from the drop down,
Uh-huh.
and I click submit, it's going to an empty page. So
So
there is no test available to prevent me from like
Yeah. That's
you mean the validation?
the validation.
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess our front-end guys will care, but currently it's only the positions we have here.
Yeah, I mean I got that. First I didn't get it, then I got it.
Okay. Anyway, that's something like that we will be able to show, but Yonglin will show more on this demo. These are fully loaded account. I will just, for the sake of time, move on. Just the architecture we already discussed last time. That we use some good technologies. Backend, frontend, we deployed the code at least 20 times. Yesterday, everything is in cloud. Everything is fully automated. We didn't have any performance issue so far, and because we really go latest greatest, we can talk about later if you have any question. We didn't go to containerization this time because it's trade-off between availability and the velocity of the speed. If you go to containerization, if you make any changes, it take more time to redeploy the code. So we trade off the availability because there is not current production user just to go with the containers. But yeah, and now we are just gonna talk about a bit how we did it.
Hi guys. So we have been using Zoom meetings for our daily collaboration, just to know like where we are, and just we used to discuss like any blockers with anyone, and like we use Gantt chart for our management and just to see where we are, and Slack of course, and we use GitHub. We have repos of front-end, back-end repos. You guys are like most welcome to come and join in that. And so Slack, like this is like a war room, so we have like multiple debates on several other things. And the Gantt chart, this gives this graph itself tells like we pretty much achieved everything what we mentioned and what we promised to do. So and like the
already shown to you guys that how to upload the resume. So I'm just logging as a user that we have been continuously using during the development. So these are all the users that we have, candidates that we have been graded around like 100 or 200, something around that. And the logic behind is that you, as a recruiter inside a company, so you first thing that you probably need to do is to create the positions, open positions that within your company. So the first thing that they probably need to do first is to create all the positions inside the company. So we have that ready. So for example, they can create as a recruiter. So for example, and they can choose department business, and they can choose like full-time, part-time, or contractor, and they put the responsibilities and also the requirements for the positions and like the locations that we're gonna put for these positions. Just check. It's like another one, random one. The city that we're having some problems to migrate the data into the database. Some relationships that we haven't figured that out yet. So that's something that we probably want to fix in the later future. After created, it will shows in here, and if you go to the dashboard, you'll be able to add this position. I'll just put my name, I guess. And then this position will be able to show up in here. So I try to the IDs created, and I add this candidate and be able to so I'll be able to upload the resume as Sako has shown you before, but I can just do another one. Is that
Yeah.
okay?
Downloads.
Yeah, I just use this one. So the resume will be updated, and the others, these are different tabs in here as well. We have the feedback tab, which you'll be able to add as who is doing the interview, like Facebook, for example, Saka doing the interview, and you'll be able to add like which one is it for the HR screening interview, or is it for the phone interview, or for the on-site. So you'll be able to add the feedback and ratings, and what's your feedback on here. You can put something in here, and the date that you can pick and submit that. So it will be showing in here, so multiple feedbacks can be added, and also you have some additional notes that you can put for this candidate. Like for example, there is some days that, for example, you can only work, starting day that can only work from December 20 or something like that. You can put it here and then you can save or remove later. Yeah, so that's the dashboard that we want to present, and also like candidates that all the candidates will be able to show in here as well. You can do a quick search on the name or positions or the status. You can remove them as well. So yeah, so that's that. Another part is for the metrics that we have done. So the metric is to pull in the data from all the resumes that we have gathered, and based on like the information inside the resume, then we show them in different sections. So be able to show like the top companies, top positions, top schools, and degrees that they have earned, and the skills that they have possessed, and also the certificate they have, and the spoken language. So these are based on the information that we have gathered, but there's some work that still need to be done because some of the information doesn't make sense in here. Like, for example, like this empty string. So that's the parser part that we're still working on to improve the parser to be able to support not just linking PDF, and also able to processing like any normal resume that anyone uploaded. So that's the piece that we still get to work.
Just one interesting fact, most of our data from the Google employees. For the Google employees, the most common skill was Java, C++, Python, and algorithms. Just in case if you're interested, you should focus on this, because actually when I was talking to my friend who works at Google, he was also IT student. He's also writing in C++. He confirmed that the source code, most of them are in C++, and for machine learning, all this stuff, they use Python. So in case with this sample of data we could barely see. Yeah.
I think that's.
Yeah, just the profile page I think we showed last time.
Yeah.
It's just like about the company, and now let's move to June last part. We'll talk about the part we weren't able to integrate.
So I will be fast because of our time. So basically, for my part back end, you can just divide the 4 parts: pass resume, upload into the database, generate statistic, and learn and predict job match. So this is you pass the resume, you put into the database, and then we generate the statistic. So to generate the statistic, we ask the question something like, what are the top 10 companies recruiting from Jobhax? What are the top 10 skills for person who work in the company, for example, Google and Apple? And then the algorithm is just to count the occurrence of the company or the skills. So this is some resume statistic to show. And then we can also record the date of each stage. For example, here you can see the name, apply date, the phone screen date, on-site date, and then got no offer, and then what company he applied. If he, for example, this guy he passed through, then there is no none. If there's no none, then we know that he passed through. So this is the date of stages, and then we can also ask some question like percentage of candidate accepted or rejected. This is just a ratio, and then we ask how long to complete a job recruiting process. Then we get offer date minus the apply date. What most candidate feel of which state, we can get this kind of answer from the resume data. Okay. Then we can predict with this data we can have job prediction. We in this project I use something called scikit-learn. It is a machine learning module in Python. So in here I learn decision tree learning and support vector machine. So this is about decision tree learning. So we got this kind of data, and then we label match. This is a supervised learning, and then more data, and then we feed in our test data. For example, this one will return unmatched. So the assumption here is actually simplified. The assumption is skill of a Google employee infer the skill that Google needs. Okay, and then this is for decision tree learning, and then I also try for support vector machine. This is some of the pseudocode I use. And then this is the prediction result. So this is I run on my computer. The first one is training and validating via decision tree and get the result. And then this is the using SVM. This is the accuracy 0.1 means I have I test on 10 sample data out of 100 trained data. So actually the accuracy here I pick a more accurate one. Actually my accuracy is not so good. So that is the way one thing that we need to improve is to improve the accuracy. And then finally, I want to talk about the back-end challenges. So in which part I meet some challenges that I cannot really solve it. Is like how to pass resume of various format. Right now we only pass a resume of LinkedIn format, and then upload the database. We have how to do efficient data cleaning. For example, some will write international canonical university, some will write ITU, some will write some form of short form, but they are referred to the same school. In my code now, it is not able to differentiate between those schools. And then we generate statistic, and actually the most important is what is the right question to ask. And then with the question, then we look for the code to analyze the data to answer the question. Finally, we try to learn and predict the job match is how to choose a good learning and predict model. And then that's it.
Thank you so much. I think sorry for the time. Really, it was more than class project for the guys. I was like more in the product way building. Thank you guys for understanding, and sometimes we had hard time, but as long as the product talk itself, you should be happy. Thank you.
Should be happy. So how